As per the conversation we had last time, you can't be here. This is not permitted under the current coronavirus legislation 2020.
We're taking legal advice and we're actually entitled to be here.
No, you're not, unfortunately. So I'm going to ask you just to collect your stuff and pack on, or we will be issuing fines, okay?
When you say no, you're not.
Not issue a fine, only a court can issue a fine.
No, we can.
No, you can't. It's not a fine. It's not a fine.
I'm going to give you 5 minutes to collect your stuff and pack up. If not, we will start to have to issue fines. We've had this conversation numerous times.
Why is it that none of the police except you? Everybody they drive past all afternoon and nobody does anything. And you're the only one that does anything. And you're a police community support officer. You haven't even sworn an oath. You should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself. You should be on our side. You're enforcing tyranny. You're enforcing tyrannical legislation. And I've had enough of your attitude. I've had enough of you. The fine that you issued me is completely void.
Okay, I will be issuing another fine unless you pack up and leave.
I haven't refused to leave. I'm asking you to engage with me like a human being. I'm going to stand
over there. I will give you 5 minutes just to start getting the ball
rolling. You're under duress and I do not consent.
You've refused to.
You don't have to consent. This is the law, unfortunately.
No, it's not the law. We've shown you the law. What law? Tell us what.
Stand away.
Tell us what schedule and section. Tell us what schedule and section you're.
Stand away. Can you stop?
You've not listened to anything we've said. You've not listened. You've not listened. We've told you about our exemption and you never listened to it.
You understand the rules.
Yeah, but you don't. I can schedule.
My colleague is going to stand over there. We're going to wait till you collect your belongings.
Can I get you don't.
My shoulder number is Charlie 15. My shoulder number is Charlie 15.
And what's your name?
Cameron, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, PCSO Cameron. Can you listen while we tell you about the exemptions? If you can't listen to the exemptions, you don't know the law. Do you know there's an exemption for wearing masks? It's the same principle here. There's an exemption for.
I'm going to ask you one more time. Please stand back.
I'm asking you one more time to listen to us.
2 meters.
Do you realise that? You're committing treason against the people. This is our inalienable right to be here. And you're siding with a tyrannical government. We haven't refused to go, so you can't issue anything.
So tell me which schedule and which section you're enforcing here.
We need to know the section and the subsection of the coronavirus
please, can you collect your belongings to move on?
Have you read the law? Have you read the law? Can you tell me which schedule?
It's the coronavirus legislation.
Yes, schedule, subsection.
Doesn't matter.
It does matter. If you don't know what you're enforcing, as a member of the public, I'm asking you to tell me which law I'm breaking.
Listen, this is not an essential activity.
No, you don't understand. There are exceptions, and you've not listened to anything. We've spoken to you before, and you've never listened.
Providing a voluntary service, and if you look at the exemption, it's perfectly agreeable under law. Yes, it is.
It's not a protest. We've told you that before. It's not a protest.
It's not a protest. It's not a protest.
What is it exactly?
Well, look at what it says.
You've not even read the signs. The exemption is written on the sign for you.
We've got 4, one with the usual protagonist of the occupation, and the other female. We've asked you to move on. Simply, madam. Simply, we've asked you to move on. This is it.
You can't. No, if you're going to enforce the law and you don't know the law, there are an exception. There's an exception. There's an exemption.
I will be issuing fines.
There's an exemption under voluntary services. Voluntary services. Schedule 3A. Restrictions on gatherings. Number 6. Exceptions to gatherings.
So you are misinformed, unfortunately.
It's not. You can read the law. I'm not misinformed. You've never read it in your life.
Protests and organisations such as this.
You cannot enforce something on the basis of your opinion.
Please keep your 2 meters.
Look, it's 2 meters.
You're not listening to anything we've said.
You're a disgrace to your profession. You're a disgrace. And the serving police officers have seen you on here and thought you're an embarrassment.
Sir, can you move out the road?
You're an embarrassment.
Okay. Yeah, I've got the lady. I know the lady's details. I've got hers. I'm sure we got this chap's details. I'll give them 5 minutes and we can issue fines.
You may be offered some comfort by your uniform, but you won't always be in it, and it won't always offer you comfort if you keep behaving like this. Sorry?
Are you going to collect your things?
We're not refusing anything. We're asking you to consider the fact that we're operating under exemption, and you've not done that consideration, so we have no reason to go.
Yeah, you do.
No, we don't.
They've just, I think they set up maybe half an hour ago.
We've taken legal advice.
And you're not a police officer.
No, you're right. I'm a police community.
Why is it only you? Why is it only you? Why is it only you?
Are you going to let me finish?
No.
And I can't answer your question, unfortunately. I can't answer your question because you won't let me speak, unfortunately.
Why won't
Would you allow me to answer? This is not part of the coronavirus legislation 2020. Protests are not...
It's not a protest, we've told you repeatedly.
It's an essential activity.
It's a voluntary service.
Performing essential duties.
It's a voluntary service.
It's a voluntary service.
You can't be out to do this. No, this
You don't know the law, clearly. You're speaking out of ignorance and you're embarrassing the force. You need to, in order to enforce laws, you need to know what they are. If you don't know what they are, I'm a member of the public. You don't know the principles under which you're supposed to police. We're both supposed to hold the same principles of law and order.
The principles still stand.
You can't just make up your own rules and regulations.
Unless you pack up your belongings,
That's not a principle. That's you wrongfully abusing your powers, wrongfully that have invested in you by the public.
You're supposed to engage with the public.
Is this something we're going to argue about, or are you going to collect the thing?
Yes, it is something we're going to argue about. No, we're going to wait until proper policemen come here and we'll discuss the law with them, because you're clearly incapable of listening. That's what we'll do. That's what we'll do.
You need to say to police officers.
We've got.
More than what you're more than welcome to.
I can show you the law. I've got it printed out for you. I've got a copy just for you.
We know that's wrong, so I'm not going to look at it.
Are you not going to look at the law that you're supposed to be enforcing?
This is something you quoted us last time, and
No.
as kind as it was for you to offer,
No. In November it was a different thing I quoted to you.
Provide the right intelligence and information. So
no, I can show it to you.
Unfortunately, I'm not going to look at it.
You didn't look at it last time either.
As to why you can't be out here because
You won't look at the law that you've never read in your life. That's really that's very poor show. Yeah, you see, your problem is you think that this uniform protects you, but it won't always protect you. The longer you go on like this and lose. No, sir. I'm just explaining. It's not a threat. You know what I'm saying. The longer that the police abuse their powers, the more trouble that you will be in. Here we go. There's your exemption. It's written on the one on the far left. Exemption is in relation to gathering. I've actually. It's not part of the old. I've got the current one printed out for you. You're not going to look at it. You are not going to look at the law. What a situation we are in. I'm not quoting the wrong legislation.
You have. That is part of the old legislation.
The Health Protection Coronavirus Restrictions All Tiers England 2020. Schedule 3A. Tier 4 restrictions.
He's going away.
I am giving you 5 minutes while we're fine.
How can you issue a fine?
You can't. We're not breaking the law. You don't know your job. I'll dispute with you now, you clown.
We're not committing an offence. No, I'm not. You're committing an offence. You're guilty of harassment and breach of the peace. You should be getting a citizen's arrest put on you. Somebody put a citizen's arrest on this man. You're breaching the peace. You're guilty of harassment. You need to leave us alone. We're doing more good than harm here. And you're a disgrace to the force. You're an absolute disgrace.